Alrighty, good morning traders and welcome to the morning Forex kickoff session here with the FX Big Dog. And yes, we're going to go ahead and check out the markets this morning. We had a great week this week. In fact, I think we made over 3,000 pips this week, closing off with the pound New Zealand dollar and pound Aussie. Yes, I did that. I closed out. I couldn't take it anymore. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so closed out with the pound Aussie. I could have picked up probably another 200 pips on both of those pairs. But you know what? We made some good profit. So closed out on the pound Aussie, closed out on the pound New Zealand dollar. Now what I still have open is the Aussie US dollar and US dollar Canadian. Kept those open. I haven't closed that. I know I've got 3 positions in on the Aussie US dollar and 1 position in on the US dollar CAD. Am I going to hold on to the US dollar CAD because it doesn't seem like it's moving too much. But we're going to check it out at the, and see exactly where we're at. Also, we're going to take a look at the fundamentals, see what's going to move the market. But it looks like it's going to be a pretty quiet Friday for us because we've pretty much closed out most of our positions this week, which means that we're going to be waiting for next week's trading opportunities. So, could it be time for some golf tomorrow? Well, who knows? Let's take a look at the market and see what's going on. First thing, number one, is everyone got the cup of coffee? All right, you got to get the cup of coffee. This is called the morning, or at least the Forex morning coffee kickoff. Coffee, right? You got it. All right, we got it. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the markets and see what's going on right here on the pairs that we currently have in open positions. So let me see here. I think I shut down my. I think I'm gonna have to open it up again here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to open it up again. All right, let's bring it in here and let's take a look at what we got. All right. Okay, so these are the positions that we currently have still open right here. Aussie US dollar, you can see I've got 3 positions open right now. And I've got on the Aussie US dollar. And then I've got on the US dollar Canadian, I've got 1 position on that. Now, we're in the money on this one right here. I must admit the Aussie US dollar right here is not moving very fast. I'm going to go ahead and check it out. We did close out right here on the, there you can see, closed out the 3 positions in on the pound New Zealand dollar. And then on the pound Aussie dollar, we ended up closing out with 4 positions on that. Picking up some good profit. We can go ahead and check out and see exactly how much money we ended up closing up on those. So we'll check it out, see what type of pips we closed out. So let's go to the document. And here is our tracking document right here. So what we're going to go ahead and do is fill in the details here for the, let's take a look here. Here we go. Pound New Zealand dollar and pound Aussie. So I want to go ahead and see exactly what we managed to rake up on this. And it looks like, all right, just one of our sessions are ended there. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here. And I'm going to grab this tool right here. Pretty much that's where I ended up closing up. I see price did move down a little bit lower. I could have picked up a lot more on that. But I ended up closing out over here. Took my profit last night and going to go ahead and pull up the numbers. Let's see here. That is about 400. Looks like actually 500 pips. Yeah, 500 pips on that one. This one is 366. So that is 866. That's 900, 1100, and oh man, hang on, wait a minute. I need to get this. I need to get this thing up here. There we go. So we said 866, and then this one right here is. Let's take a look here. 236. So add 236 to that. Plus 236, and then the last one right here we end up closing up on, and that ended up being about 97 pips right there. So plus 97 pips. All right, cool. So we closed out about I'm going to round it up to 1,200 pips right here. 1,200 pips on the pound. This is on the pound Aussie dollar. So pound Aussie dollar right here, we ended up closing up. Let me move this out the way so I can see where I'm at. Pound Aussie dollar is this one right here. And we closed out 1,200 pips on that. Let's go to the pound New Zealand dollar. And pound New Zealand dollar is going to be this one right here. And we ended up closing out. Let me just go ahead and pull this up a little higher. We first closed out this trade right here. That was 358. All right, 358 plus 2. Let's go do this. 358 plus 216 plus the last one right here. Let's see what that was. We end up closing out on this one right here, 75 pips. So let's go add 75 to that, 75. 649 pips right here. All right, so 649 pips there. All right, so that's what we did right here. And my goodness, are we just shy of... Oh, no, we aren't, because we got this right here as well. So we got that and that. Let's go to the quarterly document right here. I'm going to go ahead and pull in the 27th data. Although we didn't actually make any trades here. Just move that. Although we didn't make any trades over here, I'm going to go ahead and just pull this data in right here. So I'm going to go back to the document. Let's pull in that data right here. On this and on that. And I'm going to drag it all the way down here. And then on this, which is the this week, let's go ahead and pull this data up right here. And drag that all the way down here. All right, there it is there. So now we can see what the net balance is for the week. And as you can see right here, we have, actually I said it was over 3,000 pips. I lied. All right, we're just shy of 3,000 pips. All right, that we closed out this week. So we had a good start to the month, but it really started kicking off right here, here on the first part of February. So, sorry, my bad. First part of the quarter was great, but then of course the 1st of February, we really started closing out positions from the previous week that we held. So we're looking pretty good at the moment right now. What is exciting right now, traders, is that if you go ahead and take a look at the history so far, and we go to all history, we can see right here that every position that we're closing out, we are closing out in the money. All right. So we've got a 100% strike rate at the moment right now, which means that we're profiting in on all our positions. All right. That's important right there. We're profiting on all our positions. We're still holding on to these trades right here. And we're going to go ahead and manage those positions out. So let's go ahead and do this. So we've closed out this. Let's go ahead and also go ahead and add in the dates. And the dates that we've closed out these two positions were today's date, or at least let's actually change that to it was yesterday. What is today's date? Today's the 6th, right? Yep, so it was the exact date. All right, so those 2 days we closed out these two positions right here. We're going to make sure we got them closed out so that we know that we've only got the Aussie US dollar that's holding up from last week. And let's see here. This is this one was actually closed as well, so we actually should put it in closed. This one was closed as well. All right, so we're closing out all the weeks. All right, so we've got no open positions, or at least active positions, except for the Aussie US dollar from last week. And then this week we've got the US dollar Canadian that we're currently trading this week. All right, cool. All right, so we're good to go. Sorry, let me just go ahead and put this here. All right, so we're good to go right now. And let's go ahead and check out what we've got going here with, oh, snap. Let me see here. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Aussie US dollar right here. And I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the market setups and see where we are with regards to the Aussie US dollar. No other trading positions have been taken or picked up this week. Let me see if we're waiting for any one of them. Nope. Actually, if you take a look at the document here, we're not looking for any other trading opportunity. All right. The only thing that's open this week is the US dollar CAD and Euro CAD right here that we actually opened and closed. So we're in and out of that trade. So there's actually no trades left open that we could possibly pick up this week, except for possibly closing out the current position that we have right now. So let's go to the Aussie US dollar. And let me find out how did everyone do this week, by the way? Terry, good morning to you. I've got Jamie in the house. Good morning, Jamie. Craig, good morning, Craig. Coffee in hand, he says. Fantastic. We've got Ollie in the house. Ollie from SA. We've got Karen says, Gary, could you update the tab dates on the document? I think the tab dates are correct here. Oh, snap. All right, yes, I can. Karen's always got my back when it comes to the tab dates. There we go. For some reason, I still got 2018 on this. So this is one of our old documents that I've been using. So yeah, let's go ahead. So yeah, Karen, I can go ahead and do that. Not a problem. Done. All right, consider it done. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Aussie US dollar right here, and I'm going to go to the daily time frame. So we're currently holding on to supplies. Look at the indecision that we had yesterday. Right? Market's gone ahead and rallied up. A bit of indecision right here. And traders, we do know that price is in this downward AB move. And the one thing I've noticed here, alright, if you haven't noticed, I have noticed, even though we're looking for a correction move, notice that this right here is the previous 1.618. And so that's acting as a very strong level of resistance. And with the fact that the price has gone ahead and spiked up, now we're having another almost like a indecision candle right here. Guess what? This tells me that price wants to possibly go ahead and move further down south, which means that we're going to be looking for the trend to continue. Now, if I get really technical on you here, and I try to keep things simple, but I'm going to go ahead and do this, and draw in a downward trend line from the top here going down. And you can see right now, if we had to draw in a channel, it would look like something like this. Right? This is what it looks like right here. So we're in a very aggressive channel at the moment right now, and price is finding a bit of resistance here. So what does that make us believe? It makes us believe that maybe it's time to get the heck out of Dodge, right? Maybe it's time to get the heck out of Dodge. So let me go ahead and do this. Aussie US dollar, which is this one right here. We're currently sitting up in 12 pip profit. I've got 3 positions open, so I'm looking at about 26 pips. So 26 pips right here, not a big gain. All right, not a big gain. But listen here, traders, we got 2 choices here. All right, with 2 choices: take our money, get the heck out of Dodge, look for new opportunity next week, or we go ahead and sit in on this trade. And what's going to happen? We're going to go ahead and see price moving further down south. We may end up picking up some more positions down here, right? And when it picks up some more positions, then we're going to have to wait for the U-turn and wait for price to go ahead and start moving back up again, because we'll go ahead and take out the previous high. So this high right here, we are going to come back to retest that high, even if we do dip down to the south side. So we're going to dip down. We're probably going to go down to about 66.11 around there, then start working its way back up north. So we'll pick up some more positions right here, maybe 5 positions in total, and then we're going to see price moving back up here. So that's a choice. Or we decide that's it. We're going to go ahead and clean up and start a new slate for next week's trading. I'm going to choose rather to go ahead and get the heck out of Dodge. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to take my positions right here. I got 13, so it's 29 pips. Closed out 29 pips right here. Boom, 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 we're done. I end up losing on one position right here. And I profit on two of them. So I lost on one, that's the original one. I end up profiting on two. I'm out. So I'm going to bank in the 29 pips on that trade. Let's go ahead and do this. Add it in here, 20, and that's going to help me. All right, because if I go ahead and close out last week's trading, and there it is there, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. And it's closed out this week with 29 pips. Guess what, traders? By doing that, I've just gone ahead and pushed our numbers above the, look at this, above the $3,000 mark. And that, my friends, is telling me that I posted we've made over 3,000 pips this week. And we have made 3,000 plus pips this week. All right. And let's go ahead and check out right here. Now, William C. said, did great this week with a 7% increase on equity. Fantastic, William. Fantastic. Now, Renko says here, William, and on what balance? Listen here, it doesn't matter what your balance is, all right? I want to go ahead and make sure that this is clear right here. Please do not tell me, do not quote anyone and say, hey, what balance? How much money did you have? All right, because listen here, we have to be real about something, okay? Everyone has their own size trading account that they can afford to start trading, all right? It doesn't matter how big their trading account is. If they made 7%, whether they've got $100,000 or they've got $1,000, it doesn't matter. They made 7% on their trading. That's their return of investment, all right? 7%. So, William, fantastic. Doesn't matter how big your balance is, because that's obviously the account size that you can afford, that you want to go ahead and open up, and everyone has a starting point. You may be able to afford to put 100,000 in. You may be afford to be able to put 200,000 in. All right, $1 million. It doesn't matter. But whatever you started off, if you're making a return of 7%, then you have done exceptionally well. Well done. Congratulations, guys. Let's just be real. I don't sugarcoat anything. I say it the way it is, guys. There's no ways that we're going to turn this room into, or turn the sessions into, hey, how much money did you make? All right? Because it's not about that. It's about the return of investment that you have made on your capital. That's the important part right here. All right? I just got to go ahead and make sure that that is clear, and I'm going to be very, 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 serious about that, because I'm all about return on investment. How much you invest, that's up to you. But your return on investment is what's important right here. So well done, William. Fantastic. That's great. Now, Dean says the Aussie US dollar closed on the 6th. Oh, yeah. Right. Okay, you're right. So let's go ahead and change the date here. It's actually on the 6th. All right, there we go. Okay. Now, anyone else that did well this week? Anyone else that did well? Because 3,000 pips is 3,000 pips. I get it. All right? I get 3,000 pips is 3,000 pips. But what type of return on investment did you pick up this week? All right? What type of return on investment did you pick up this week? Because if you can pick up 7% like William did every week, that's 7 times 4. That is 28% return for the month. Listen here. There is hedge funds that aren't even getting to that level. In fact, there are hedge funds that don't even make the type of return in a month. Are you kidding me? All right? So, good job generating that in a week. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and take a look and see the last currency pair that we have right here is US dollar Canadian. All right, US dollar Canadian. And I'm going to go ahead and open up US dollar CAD right here. And let's go ahead and do this. Oh yeah, there John just gone ahead and posted. John says, I was averaging 4.2% per month in 2018 on target trading. Fantastic, John. Very cool, very cool. Now, just so that you know, guys, I'm going to be doing a special session on, of course, how to manage your risk. I'm going to make sure that we don't get to a point of over leveraging, and that's why making a good return on your investment is fine. But having a good return on your investment or a great return on your investment, but risking a margin call on your trading account, not cool. All right, we don't want that to happen. So we're going to make absolute certain that if we're going to go ahead and manage our trades, manage our positions, that there's a lot of things that we need to consider. We need to consider how many currency pairs you're going to be focused on, how many entry points you're going to be entering, what type of ATR distances that you're going to be trading on, whether you're going to be trading on every ATR distance or are you going to be trading on twice or three times the ATR. All of that information is going to be put into a video. We're going to get that posted. All right. Now, also remember something as well. Got to remember that even though we're trading with 28 currency, or you can focus on 28 currency pairs, maybe your trading account may not be suited to trade so many pairs. So this is the reason why that I went ahead and pulled up some numbers, and I'm going to go ahead and see if I got those numbers here on my. I think I still got them right here. No, I do not have it. I don't think I have it right here. Hold on a second. Let me double check that. I think I may have placed it. Oh, there we go. Wait a minute. There it is. Okay, here it is. Okay, so I've got this is the reason why I went and pulled the numbers from 2019, right? And I went ahead and looked at the daily, weekly, and monthly. Now, we are looking at the weekly targets in the session right here. Now, you can see we pulled a 59% return last year with 68,000 pips that was generated. That's like 2,400 pips per month. That is averaging at around about 2 point. Actually, is that right? No, that is wrong. It's going to be divided by 12. All right, so that's 4 point, and this should also be divided by 12. So let me go ahead and divide that by 12. All right, so that's actually 5,700 pips per month, and it's averaging at around about 5% return per month. So where John mentioned he had a 4.2% return monthly, this is saying that, hey, we could have picked up a 4.96 return monthly. But that's on 28 currency pairs. Traders, now you cannot have you cannot sustain these type of drawdowns with the type of leverage that we get here out of the US or even out in Europe. All right, if you're using a 1-to-100 or a 1-to-50 like here in the US, you cannot withstand these type of drawdowns, okay, and get this type of return. So which means that we've got to reduce our risk on each trade if we want to take on more currency pairs. All right, you can't go with like a 0.25% risk on each trade if you're going to go ahead and trade 28 currency pairs. You have to reduce that substantially. Now, I've got a larger trading account that I'm going to be setting up for next week that I actually want to go ahead and focus on the daily targets, and I'm probably going to get a little bit more of an aggressive return, but I'm definitely going to go ahead and reduce my risk on each position so that I don't get to a point of over-leveraging and then ended up blowing my account up for a high return. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get to a high return, and trust me, I've been down that road. I've been down that place where I want to get a good return on my investment. In fact, not a good return, a great return on my investment. And I've got a little over leveraged on my trading account, and it's put me in a position where I'm not comfortable. And so make sure that we are managing that risk. I would rather prefer to get a steady 2% return a month, a steady 2% return a month without any sort of major jumps in the market. Like, when I say jumps, I'm talking about like making 10%, making 15%, making 20% that month, all right, with the risk of getting a margin call on my trading account. Certainly don't want that. Or even the fact that we may end up running out of margin, and you have to either go ahead and put more money in to keep that trades open, or go ahead and start liquidating positions. We don't want to get to that point. We never want to change what we currently have based on our strategy we're following. All right. So a little bit of, I know it's not Preachy Friday, but I thought I'd go ahead and add that in there. All right. So I'm looking at the daily targets, and this is what's interesting me right here. Daily targets show that I've got a 93% return last year with a 68,000 pips. Now, if I reduce the risk by a quarter, I know that, and let me go ahead and change this. This is also not right here. It's going to be 12. And that should be 12 as well. All right, so 7.7% is fantastic monthly, right? But I want to go ahead and make sure that I'm not getting to a situation where I'm going to put myself in a position that I don't want to be in based on over leveraging. So I'm okay taking this and looking at the daily targets and saying, okay, if I take the daily targets and I reduce my risk on this, which means, traders, that if I go ahead and say, instead of trading with a 0.25% risk, I trade with half of that, no, a quarter of that. And so that would mean then I would go in with around about, let's say, 0.05%, all right, 0.05%, give or take a few. And that means then if I divide this return by 4, I'm going to get just slightly below 2% return per month, all right, just below 2% per month. And that would be a nice steady return without jeopardizing my actual trading account, all right. Now, Joe says, Gary, is the system Gary's using to get into these trades? Yes, Joe. The system I'm using is what's getting me into these trades. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about this in another segment. All right. I'll go ahead and make sure we get that scheduled out. But in the meantime, traders, let's check out US dollar Canadian. Now, am I long or short US dollar CAD? Let's take a look right here. I'm currently holding on to sell. I'm just about in the money on this one right here. All right. I'm just about in the money. If you take a look over here, there it is there. It's slightly sideways. You see price has been slightly sideways. We were about 34 pips in the money on one position at one point in one given time. But right now, you can see there, I'm only about 5 pips up right now. Not a whole bunch. So it's not a big excitement right here. But if I go ahead and I take a look at this, and I notice that price can move up a little higher. We do have a bit of room for the price to move up a little higher before dipping back down south. But we're getting a lot of indecision right here. So with that being the case, traders, I'm going to hold on to the US dollar CAD a little bit longer. All right. Let's take a look at dollar index. Now, I want to go ahead and look at dollar index, and I also want to go ahead and look at US oil. So if you look at dollar index right here, I'm still expecting a correction move on dollar index, all right, which means that I'm still expecting price to come back down before rally left. So I'm expecting weaker dollar. It may not be now, it may not be today, maybe it's going to be tomorrow, maybe it's only going to start next week. But what I am anticipating is a possible bearish move on US dollar. So that'll help my US dollar CAD position to sell off. So I'm okay holding on to this trade a little bit longer. I've only got one position in. I'm not too deep on that. And let's go take a look at the US oil. So US oil has hit bottom down here. Now, if we hit bottom down here, what are we expecting? In fact, check this out. Price has gone ahead and hit bottom, and now looking to actually retest the bottom and rally back up again. We're looking for a correction move in this. And let me delete this right here. We're looking for US oil to go back to the top of the range. Right? It's hit $50 a barrel down here. Hit support, closed up back up again. We may go back up all the way to the top here at $63 a barrel. So which means that we could possibly be anticipating a little strength in the Canadian dollar, all right, due to US oil strengthening. And if that's going to be the case, if we do see that US oil starts strengthening, all right, then what's going to happen is we're going to see price moving back up to the top. So what is that going to mean? That's going to mean strong US oil, strong Canadian. That means the US dollar Canadian cross is going to head south. With a stronger Canadian, it's going to push US dollar bearish, which, by the way, I am in that position. Okay, I'm currently holding that position. So which means, traders, I'm going to wait. And if we start seeing some strength in this, I'm going to be in good shape. So my US dollar Canadian pair right here, which, by the way, if you go ahead and take a look at the actual target I'm chasing after right here, it's the one down here. It's this week. It's not too far down. All right? It's this one right here. Right? We've got that set up there. We've got a monthly pivot point down here as well. So we definitely got the market that's currently holding in a trend at the moment. Right? You can see we're definitely holding into an upward trend, but we're going to be hitting resistance and turning around and heading down south. So holding on to this is not a bad idea. All right? Not a bad idea. So we're going to go ahead and hold on to that a little bit longer. Right? Going to hold on to that a little bit longer. So that pretty much wraps up, traders. That wraps up the setups that we have for this week. All right? We've got one more pair that is in a open position, and that is the US dollar Canadian. That's it. All right? And as we've gone ahead and we've looked at the document this week, we noticed that there is no other trading opportunity left for us this week. Here's the document. There you can see we've got zero zip zilch left. No more. Look at our missed targets. All of our missed targets that we traded previous weeks have been closed out with profit. All right, we've closed out with the profit on all those positions. And the only thing that we have currently right now open is the US dollar Canadian. And so we'll go ahead and review that again tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we get a better setup. Maybe tomorrow we have additional positions added on, because what's going to happen? Price may go ahead and move back up again, just as we spoke about on the US dollar Canadian. We've got what data coming out tomorrow? We've got non-farm payrolls, all right? And we've got some Canadian data, employment change, unemployment rate. We've got that coming out for the Canadians. So we're getting both US dollar and Canadian data coming out. Now, for those traders that say, big dog, whoa, hold on. We've got a fundamental. That means we're going to cut our positions, close our positions. No. We don't do that. All right, we don't do that. All right, this is good news. That's great that we've got the non-farm payrolls coming tomorrow. And you may say, well, big dog, what happens if we get a big rally in the non-farm payrolls that pushes the dollar up? Perfect. That's exactly what we want. All right, we want dollar to go ahead and rally. We want to go ahead and add new positions on. If we can get another 2 positions on the US dollar CAD and then see that sell off, because why? US oil is going to get stronger. We're in good shape. That's what we want. Now let's take a look at the worst case scenario. We don't get that rally and the market goes down. That's the worst case scenario because we got one open position. Well, I guess it is what it is. All right. So we'll pick up some pips on that. We're not going to pick up 2 more positions, but we will pick up pips on that first position. Still okay. We're still going to be okay. So traders, enjoy the non-farm payroll. Enjoy the Canadian data coming out tomorrow. Whatever happens, it's going to work out just fine. We're doing great. Great, guys. Fantastic job on capturing pips this week. Congratulations for those that profited this week. Next week is another week. I'm going to be out on the Monday and the Tuesday. Yes, I know. Gary taking too much time off. I'm going to be in Las Vegas next week, so we're not going to have a Monday and a Tuesday session. All right, Monday and Tuesday session is not going to happen. We will be back on Wednesday. Traders, take everything we learned today. Take everything we learned this week. Go ahead and start implementing. Now, if you want to get the system, if you want to get the trading system that I'm using, all right, so that you don't have to wait for me to go ahead and show you where the trades are, then go ahead and check in the description. There's a link, all right? There's a link to get that system. If you want to get involved, do that. Next thing you need to do is subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done that, all right? Subscribe to the channel because when I do go live, when I do post information, post videos and all that good stuff, you want to know about it, all right? And if you don't know anything about the strategy we're trading, in the next 24 hours, I'm going to be posting a video on exactly why we get so excited about the strategy that we're following here in the morning coffee kickoff. Well, traders, That's it from me. Hope you had a fantastic week this week. Enjoy the weekend. It's going to be fantastic because next week, new slate, new trades, new opportunities. This is FX Big Dog. I'll see you later.